Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the Unholy Trinity podcast with your boys, the Unholy Trinity.
Is us?
It do be us. Just a disclaimer, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today, so if I sound a little bit under the weather, it is because I'm in fact a little bit under the weather.
Wow.
We're all under the same weather.
Wow, that's very deep.
This is a
man.
character progression from last week.
Where we were.
All feeling like we might be.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually getting better from last week, because I remember last week I was a bit sicky, having a stuffy nose.
A little bit of the sniffles, yeah.
Yeah, now I'm getting better.
I need to watch last week's episode because I want to see how the interview turned out, but I haven't had time.
Oh, yes. Did I mention we lost not half the footage? I guess it's 3/4 of footage.
Like video footage, right?
Yeah, it's video footage. Yeah. But besides that, audio is good.
Audio is good.
Yes.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let's get some brief introductions out of the way, shall we? In case we have any new listeners on the pod.
Hello, everybody, and my name is Deo, or Zephyros. I'm a guy.
I choose not to identify as neither guy nor guy, because I'm also a guy. I'm SDL.
And I'm Jack.
Being a guy is what's the word? Guy is now a universal term.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use guy for because you go like, hey guys.
Yes.
What's up?
But
Got that
yeah.
out the way.
How are we doing, boys? I've already said that I'm dying a little bit. How are you guys?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You doing good?
Been up to much this week?
I watched a movie yesterday.
Oh my god, 2 movies.
Yeah, I guess
Are
earlier
they
today.
perhaps the movies we're talking about in the episode?
Yes,
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Earlier today, before you came in, me and Sunboy here were just messing with the governmental bureaucracy and how shit it is.
You were messing with government. What? Can you elaborate on this?
You're taking that one.
Right.
I'm not
We
taking
were
that one.
attempting to contribute to government bureaucracy by participating in their website shenanigans and registering for certain registries. But
What does he mean by
shit.
this? This is so vague.
Business registries, right? That's more specific. But they're so shit.
Is that for us media?
No, I'm not helping you explain any of this. You've got it.
All right, it's part of Zephyrus Media, I guess. But I'm gonna complain since we have a room to complain here.
Yeah, for sure. That's what the podcast is for.
Yes, it requires a lot of red tape here. We're gonna check your ID first before you can continue, and then in different departments they'll be like, yes, you have valid ID, and the other one they're like, we can't figure out who you are.
Damn.
For both of us in separate departments. And then they released this new thing apparently called MyGov ID.
But that's been around for years.
Now MyGov has, but MyGov ID is
Wait,
kind of new. Is it?
what?
Or Director
Well,
ID?
since the director ID,
Is it the thing that combines all of the things?
That's
that's
MyGov.
MyGov,
Yeah.
and then
That's
now there's
MyGov.
MyGov ID.
What's the ID?
There's just another layer to check who the fuck you are.
Ah,
And they need that for us to register for a Director ID to be able to register a business.
damn! Sounds like a lot of layers, kind of like an ogre.
Yes, like an ogre. You know?
Yeah.
What are you going to say, onion?
And then
Yeah.
the MyGov
the
ID.
Yoga one.
the
Oh,
He gets
wait,
in
yeah.
Shrek.
Yes.
He says he
You
has
guys
to-
literally
Yes.
explained this to me.
Yeah.
MyGov ID, somehow they made it that you need to have an app to confirm every time you log in on a website, but the app doesn't work. And shit.
I don't have to do that.
Not on MyGov
no.
ID. It's a separate thing they made because they're
That's
like, oh
weird.
shit. We need a new thing so we can waste more tax money.
You
On
should just
making new things.
make a foreign organization.
Yeah, outsource that shit,
Yeah, for sure.
You don't need to identify my ID. You don't.
Actually, I have a story related to that, but it's not anything stressful. I'm currently applying for my passport.
Oh, yes.
That's a lot of me fishing around through different forms of ID that I have and submitting a questionnaire to Thomas to fill out as my referee.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Similar to that is like the problem with the ID verification thing. Like one
It really
place like
reverberates in
the
the room.
business registry, they'll be like, all right, we'll check with the tax office to see if you're a real person, and they'll be like, yep, you're registered there, you're a real person. And then the next day they check for your ABN and they'll be like, all right, we're checking again. No, you don't exist. Even though they already did check it and I do exist.
I feel like a lot of those stuff you gotta go and speak to them in person.
Yeah.
It's like the Centrelink bullshit and all that jazz where, yeah, I've had to do a little bit of talking to actual people sometimes.
Does anyone really exist though? Aren't we all just living in a simulation?
We're all living
We
under
do.
the same weather.
Yeah,
As this
going
man
back
said, you know, yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow,
they'll be
what a
like, yeah,
bloody-
the tax office be like, yes, you're a
Yeah.
real person, but then the registry is like, no, you're not. Even though I am.
He's a bird.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. Anyway, fix your shit, Australian government.
Yeah. Damn, that's kind of crazy. Well, I don't know where to go from that one.
We'll just
So
laugh
that's
it
a
off.
story,
Speaking
yeah.
of,
Speaking of, I'm
say
trying to
again?
think of stuff.
what's next?
Speaking of not knowing where to go,
Yeah, we can talk about some news that is like not that pressing. I don't know.
oh yeah,
Speaking of
Nothing
not
I was particularly
pressing
passionate about
information.
as much as that little speech over there. But we can talk about a couple of things, right?
what happened?
Well, firstly, I wanted to address we've got a Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse
Across the pond.
across the pond. Spider-Man across the pond. Why is he
Yeah.
across the pond?
Because he's a spider.
Is he feeding the ducks?
Yes. Did
But
you
is there a
thought-
sign there saying don't feed the ducks, but Spider-Man's just feeding the ducks anyway?
Yes, because he's on the other side of the
Because
pond.
he's on the other side.
Spider-Man, why did he
That
across
sneaky
the
little
road?
boy, that bloody little he's a menace.
Oh,
He's a menace. This is why we don't like Spider-Man. He's feeding the ducks. They're going to develop a dependency on other spider people
feeding them
to
white
give them
bread
food.
dyed red.
The white ducks. Ducks aren't white. Those are geese.
Feeding them white bread
No, that wholemeal shit.
that's been dyed red.
So what is your bread preference out of curiosity?
I buy wholemeal.
Because I was going to say, I eat
Yeah.
wholemeal. Do you eat wholemeal?
Whatever I have at home.
Because it's the in Aldi at least. It's the same price as white bread. So I'm like, fuck up.
And it's healthier.
Yeah.
Sourdough every now and then's cool.
There's just some bougie bread.
Yeah, I don't even think they sell sourdough at my local.
Hmm.
Do they have a bakery section?
No.
It's not-
I Metro. I
Yeah.
go shop at a Metro.
I haven't
so,
had a
yeah,
bagel in a hot minute, but
bagel.
I was craving
bagel.
bagels at one point last week
True. Have you ever been to the bagel store underneath Melbourne Central?
with you that one time.
We did.
Yeah, we did. You were still living at your old place.
Oh.
And we went there and we were like, this is overpriced.
And did I
It was
complain about
kind
it
of-
being
it was-
salty or something? That sounds
Probably.
Salty
That
bagel,
rings a
yeah.
bell.
yeah,
Haven't eaten there, but passed it many times.
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
And they're still open because social media.
Are they big in social
Big in-
media?
Yeah, they're like do you
Bad
remember in the
emoji.
Auntie Donna show when they were talking about how cafes have their like branding and shit and all the merch
Yeah.
and stuff? That is
Oh.
literally
Prime
them.
example.
They're
Yeah.
big on the merch.
But I'm speaking of merch and speaking of Spider-Man, right? So Across the Spider-Verse is coming out next month.
Yes.
And yeah, to promote that, Burger King in America, they released a red Whopper.
The
Wow.
Spider-Man, the burger.
Yeah.
With containing real spiders.
And maybe the Spider-Man serum venom.
Or you could eat it like Renfield. What a little reference, you know. But
Gain
yeah,
the
that's
powers
the
of Spider-Man. And then you're going to see a bunch of kids jumping out of windows like they did with Fortnite.
potentially
Fortnite burger.
because Burger King is the same as Hungry Jack's, right?
The equivalent.
Do we have any potential leaks that this burger may in fact be heading its way down under across the pond, as some would say?
No. I'm hoping to say.
No.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That reminds me of a really dumb dream I had.
About burgers?
You dreamt about the burger coming across the pond.
I looked up while I was working, and there was a mirror above me, and the back of my head was completely bald. But I had like individual strands of hair running down the back of my head. And then I had to go make burgers, but we had to make tacos. And then I had to drive a car around the drive-thru. And then I had to overtake a car that was already in the drive-thru, so the drive-thru lane was bigger than it actually is. And then that was a crazy.
Damn, Tokyo Drift style across the drive-thru.
Hungry Jack's.
That's actually really great for.
Maybe that's a premonition of the future.
But perhaps it is.
What, me losing hair making tacos?
Yeah,
but also
Hungry
because
Jack's.
next thing on my list relates to Fast and Furious. So what a segue. Speaking of bold and drifting, Doritos. So a couple of things. This first one is kind of vague because I don't want to actually look into it. But apparently, news outlets saw Fast X early, and just posted spoilers. So don't go online and look at Fast X. Apparently,
they're like, "Oh, Dom dies."
Apparently, it's like to do with like casting or some shit, like some cameo or something, and I don't want to know because that's a pretty big part of the
Snoop Dogg cameo.
I feel like we've passed that era of time where Snoop Dogg could have potentially
still
been.
What my Snoop Dogg cameos, man?
Yeah. Do you know about the thing of in the Fast One? Fuck. There was a rapper in it, right? But then they basically just replaced him with Ludacris because that guy didn't want to return.
True. Ludacris.
Yeah. Also, Vin Diesel came out this week and said that Fast X is part 1 of a 3-part finale. Which why I was like, boys, you gotta watch the rest of the movies, or at least, I reckon, 5 to 10. That's like the thing. Skip Hobbs and Shaw because he cares about that shit. But I'm gonna watch all of them because I'm a Fast fan. I'm not really a Fast fan, I just gotta watch them.
He's part of the family.
I'm part of the family. Part of the family. Yeah. We were discussing earlier before we started recording, what if we show up to the screening with bald caps and then like 2 Coronas in each hand?
And then people will think, damn.
They're so cool.
Damn, it's Vin Diesel. There's so many Vin Diesels coming to
watch Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
I'll come as a what's it called, a Jerry Cat.
Well, what's it? What?
Diesel.
Oh.
Oh, like the Diesel in a Jerry Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know that Vin Diesel's Wikipedia says that he is of ambiguous ethnicity?
That is fun fact.
Yeah. Just a little tidbit for you.
Martian.
He could be.
But he's at least half white, is that right?
He's at least half white. Yeah.
And then a father of ambiguous race.
Yes. Because of apparently the anti-interracial marriage laws of the 60s.
I guess. Before the culture, not the culture. It's not the Cultural Revolution, that's China. Fuck. What's the fucking the thing in America? The where people are like, oh, yeah, not civil rights. The
civil rights movement.
Yeah. Before that happened.
Pretty good stuff.
My mind went to fucking Civil War. American
before the Civil War happened.
Captain America Civil War. Yeah, no, for sure. But in other news relating to movies,
yes,
which is a lot of these stories actually. We're getting a Spy Kids reboot this year.
With better CGI.
Hey, there's no. It can't have better CGI than the original. The CGI in the original is perfect.
See, that's the thing. Are they gonna recreate that authenticity, or are they just gonna, make it updated and shit?
Well, because I don't know if you've watched a lot of Robert Rodriguez, right? Other than The Mandalorian, right? I mean, well, Boba Fett mostly, right? I think he did a lot of Boba Fett. Is that correct?
No, I don't remember.
Not sure, but His last thing that I watched was this kids movie called like We Need Heroes or something, because Pedro Pascal was in it, and like well, I was watching literally like Robert Rodriguez's episode of Mandalorian season 2 came out, and then this movie came out the next day, so I watched it, and honestly it was fine. It was a kids movie, and it was better than the Mario movie in my opinion in regards to teaching kids things, because it was actually like about teamwork and stuff. Anyway,
Mario.
they have all of that like shitty CG, but like I feel like it's just part of the brand. It's like not, I don't know. Like for me, when I look back at like fucking even like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, right, which has like atrocious CGI, it's kind of like, yeah, but like, you know, it's part of the thing. Part of the appeal.
It's meant to be that way, because then kids know this is show.
Yeah, I don't know. Cause Spike, yeah, I don't know. Spy Kids with like realistic looking. I guess realistic looking Spy Kids was Spy Kids 4, right?
Yeah.
In some way, did you guys ever watch? Were you guys ever big Spy Kids fans in general?
No, but like I
was a huge Spy Kids fan.
Going to cinemas and watching Spy Kids is definitely a minor core memory.
Well, I watched them on DVD. Do you remember DVDs?
Yes.
Sometimes DVD players get stolen by Dom and the gang in Fast and Furious 1.
Oh.
They never gave them back.
Never gave them back.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I ever was a big fan of Spy Kids franchise, but I probably enjoyed the films as a kid.
Yeah. I liked them as a kid too.
And then I remember nothing about Spy Kids growing up.
They spying.
I remember Spy Kids 4, because that's the most recent one. That had Joel McHale was in it.
Oh yeah.
He was like a dad. Was there a divorce? I can't remember. There was a dog who was voiced by that fucking British comedian, the guy who does The Office.
The British one?
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know.
But you know who I'm talking about, right? Like that dude. He voices a dog.
Yeah. Dog. British dog.
But yeah, the Spy Kids reboot. We could go see it in the cinema and have Sunny relive his glory days.
Which I would have no idea what they are, but yeah.
Maybe we watch all of the Spy Kids movies leading up to the Spy Kids reboot.
Cake.
I think the first one was good from what I remember. Oh, I remember Spy Kids 3. Spy Kids 3 was Ready Player One. They went into the game and then they did all the things, and then there was CGI. And Elijah Wood was in it. Like Frodo from Lord of the Rings. That was like, whoa.
Right.
I remember that shit.
That was the meme. That was the one that was most meme.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. In other news, speaking of old franchises, I guess returning, Freaky Friday 2 is coming out.
Yo.
We should watch the original. That's a classic, right?
I remember watching that.
I don't remember watching it. So like,
that was on Disney Channel a few times, and I watched it.
Well, yeah, it's a Disney movie, a little bit of a Disney flick, I would say.
Who was the main?
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
And someone else, whoever she switched bodies with.
The mum.
Yeah. that is the Yes, in other news, we have as I've written down in my notes, Twitter CEO moment, which is
big moment.
What's his name? Elon Musk stepped down as the CEO of Twitter, but he's still like an employee. He's doing a different role.
No, well, he still owns the thing, so
yeah.
As an owner, he can just go around and be like, Twitter.
But he's not the chief executive officer.
No more.
No chief. No. What are our thoughts? Do we have any thoughts to share?
Who is the new CEO?
Fuck, I don't know. I didn't care that much to look into that.
Some older woman, if I'm not mistaken.
You just summed it up. Don't care enough to talk about it.
That's also my thoughts. I just thought we should address it because it's kind of funny.
Has been addressed.
How long did he have the role for? Less than a year?
A few months. You know, well, he was there to fix up what is broken, and now it's fixed.
And he broke it more.
what's fixed in his reality.
With the whole monetization. That was like the big thing he did. He overly monetized it. And that's his legacy.
Well, the problem was like, he said, we're losing money.
Do you know how broken it got, right? Within like the last week, you know Jack's Films, right?
Yes.
He, so there was a rule where like, if you change your name, you lose Twitter Blue status. Yeah. So Jack's Films changed his name to Shrek. Because he's like, I don't want... Because nobody wants the Twitter Blue status anymore, because it's like you paid for it, that's kind of cringe, right?
Yeah, the verified doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. So he changed his name to Shrek because he thought it was funny. But then suddenly he got verified again.
Oh, yeah.
So he was the verified Shrek account. So he just posts funny, like, Shrek things.
That's funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a thing where previously verified accounts be either unverified or verified against their will.
Yeah.
Funny.
I feel like the verified system was fine before Elon Musk came along. Don't know why. Obviously it was to monetize it, but like it just made things more complicated.
Yes, because like Twitter as a social media platform, like what's the benefit of paying for it? To have a blue check.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's like they also wanted to crack down, if I'm not mistaken, on like fake accounts, right?
Yeah,
but it would make it worse. It would legitimately make it worse because it's like no one's going to pay for this fucking Twitter Blue thing. So there's going to be a bunch of unverified real accounts and then fake accounts. And the fake accounts could probably get verified. I don't know. It doesn't appear like they actually check your ID or anything. You just pay for it.
Well, they'll probably check what you paid it with.
Apparently you don't. That's what I've heard. But like, I don't know.
You just pay with anything?
Oh, I guess you could, if you pay with the card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
maybe that's what the Australian government should use. They
just check my card. That's the thing, though. They know my bank account. My name's on there. They'll still be like, "Yo, more ID, please."
Well, for that sort of thing, I think you need like your birth certificate or some shit, right? You need to prove like where you were born. I assume.
I got my passport. Bam. On my my Gov ID thing, they're like, please put 2. And then they got passport, and then everything else is Aussie ID, which I don't have.
That might be a little bit of a new problem there.
Problem.
So, yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Yeah. You can probably
maybe. I don't think I have. Do I have an immunization card? Maybe.
Damn, you need an immunization.
It's called an IMI card.
IMI card.
IMI.
Like immigrant. Immigrant card.
Yes.
Apparently, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Well, people who use Twitter actually pay for Twitter Blue, which, from what I found, is just Twitter freaks who be on Twitter all day.
Yeah.
That's like so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine just, I don't know, devoting your day to Twitter instead of, like watching the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
Trying to cram 10, 11 movies into a week's worth of watching.
I would not want to, I would have to be paid a substantial amount for me to do Twitter job of moderating comments. Moderating Twitter comments, I would not.
I mean, I suspect that's what the Twitter employees are doing. They're getting paid for the job.
Exactly.
Is there real Twitter moderation there?
No.
Well, no. Since Elon fired like half of the workforce, I guess. Though.
Probably.
One would have to pay me thousands of dollars.
Is there a single positive thing he did for Twitter? Because he didn't even make the money. They lost more money than they made. So, like, I genuinely like.
I think a net positive we can take from this is like, you can say the N-word now.
I would not say that's a positive. That doesn't sound very good.
Freedom of speech, as Elon said.
No, that's bad. We don't approve.
You do not believe in freedom of speech.
As an unholy trinity, we don't condone using slurs.
We don't condone using slurs, but I'm just saying you could.
But don't.
On Twitter.
No, that's... No,
we're still waiting for you to say don't.
Yeah, you still haven't said don't.
Explicitly say
could is a open-ended word.
But you're not denying it.
You're not,
Yeah, because I'm not your mum. I don't get to say what you can and can't do.
I feel like using that word is a pretty definitive don't use it.
It is a bit of a no-no, but like if you're a bad dude, like I'm not gonna stop you.
Damn, so Dia's okay with hate speech?
Not as a concept.
What the fuck are
But
you
as an
talking
action,
about?
I can't stop hate speech.
Hate speech is a legitimate like crime though.
Yeah, so it is a crime. So it's your choice to commit that crime or not.
Okay.
So I'm a believer in free choice. I'm a free thinker, my guy.
All right.
Free choice. Democracy. Manifest.
Okay.
I'm anti-democracy. I've talked about this before. I'm full on communist dictatorship.
Hate speech based on mid.
Tell us in the comments section.
Damn. All right. Though in other news, in other foreign affairs, as we were talking about immigrants, you, but yeah, that's my bridge. Remember that Activision Blizzard Microsoft thing and how it was facing some problems in the EU?
Yes.
It got approved.
As in they can't do it?
They can do it.
Ah, yes.
Fuck. Call of Duty's gonna be gone, bro. My COD gaming is gonna be over.
No more COD.
No more COD.
Only codfish.
Will Microsoft finally have something to announce? They have their directs coming up, right?
Yes.
Do you think there'll be a single thing new that they announce, or is it just going to be Starfield?
Minecraft 2.
Minecraft 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, to be fair, any new Minecraft update.
Yes.
Minecraft, it's just Minecraft, but you have to log in through Twitter.
Yes.
That's how they,
or
somehow.
even worse, a Microsoft account, bro.
Oh, Microsoft account, right?
No.
But that's the actual thing now. You do have to log in with your Microsoft account.
Yes, because that's Xbox in it.
Yeah. But you know what I always say? Vice has gone bankrupt.
Hell yeah, fuck Vice.
Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time looking at Vice, but seems like they weren't that quality of a journalist.
I mean, they had some good videos of investigative journalism, but then they have more shit videos of investigative journalism.
That's true.
Building a PC.
Did they have a Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Or was that like The Wired or something?
Was that Wired? I don't remember.
It was because I think it was a more tech-oriented.
Yeah, it was probably
news
Wired,
outlet.
I'd feel.
But also,
Vice is more like celebrity shit, right?
What shit?
Celebrity shit?
They're like that and
actual
going to like fucking Syria and shit.
I mean, that's actually that's
yeah,
pretty
but like they'll put
Sorry.
they'll create like a narrative
I was thinking of the
and
Verge.
be biased all about and be like biased about it.
Dude, yeah.
So they like to spread misinformation for real.
Just like you do on Twitter.
Because free speech.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of the Verge.
It's kind of crazy now I think about it though, on the Twitter thing. Like, Instagram and Facebook have kind of got it more figured out than Twitter has. Including in regards to... did you guys notice that Instagram also introduced like a weird verified paid thing?
Are they?
Yeah, I got like... It was literally telling me to buy it when I was on Instagram. It was like, that was weird.
Well, I haven't updated Instagram in a while, so I wouldn't know.
I don't know.
But I mean, Facebook and Zuckerberg, they got it figured out with the ads and shit. So they make it bank.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Twitter, they have ads, but I guess they're not optimizing towards that. They're just trying to make you buy a verification.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I know why. Because when Elon came in, he's like, yo, you can say the N-word. And then the advertisers are like, nah.
Yeah,
so
which is...
Now you can't make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitter becoming the Wild West out there. Wonder if they say in
Wow, West.
In other news, we got some more positive news, possibly. There's a Lord of the Rings MMO coming out.
Ooh.
We like Lord of the Rings, right?
You see that bird?
Yeah.
The bird's excited.
It's because Spider-Man was feeding it. Now it's dependent on it's dependent on humans
the white
now.
bread.
But yeah, the white bread. Or that red Whopper bun, thrown in there.
Yes.
But yeah, Lord of the Rings MMO, pretty interesting. It's been done before.
Maybe cool. Yeah.
Because Lord of the Rings Online is a thing. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never got into Lord of the Rings Online. Did any of you guys do that?
No,
MMOs though, is it gonna be like World of Warcraft?
I don't know. Because I personally am not a huge fan of MMOs. Like the most is Destiny an MMO?
It's a massive multiplayer online game, so I guess it is.
I guess that's like the most MMO I've
I'm
played.
uneducated.
Really. I don't know. Does No Man's Sky count?
Well, it's not massively multiplayer.
It's massive and it's multiplayer, right? And you might bump into your friends possibly sometime. I can't remember how it works. I've played with my friend before this, so I guess it does work.
Not at yet.
We also got a trailer for a little game called Mouse, which kind of looks like what did we say? Cuphead and the other one.
Wendy and
1940s cartoon style, like a Mickey Mouse on that boat. What's that? The
Steamboat Willie or something, right?
Steamboat.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah,
I can't whistle that high.
But maybe like with a bit of like Doom thrown in there or something.
Oh yeah, FPS.
Yeah.
First person shooter.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be quite funny, actually.
I might play it, I guess.
Getting
a game where
soundtrack in a 30s jazz.
Ah, yes.
That'd be pretty cool.
I like the animations from that trailer.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah.
All right. Also, just on the topic of games, I did want to mention that I have been playing a little game called Guardians of the Galaxy from the year 2021. It is quite a good game, if I do say so myself, based on the first 5 hours that I've played. It is a banger. It looks really good. I'm playing it on the PS5 with like ray tracing enabled and stuff.
Nice.
It's pretty good to look at. Stories are pretty nice. The dialogue, it's all very James Gunn-esque. A little bit of fun, and the combat's pretty cool. It's like you're like Star-Lord, you're doing the shooties, but like it's also kind of got that not Resident Evil, Final Fantasy 7 like
turn-based thing.
Turn sort of with you control the other Guardians sometimes.
Oh yeah.
They can jump in and do some shit. You could be like, go there, or something to shoot at this thing. And like, a little bit of fun. Quite like that.
Kill.
All right, let's talk about some of the stuff we've been watching this week. Let's what should do we want to start with the TV show first?
Yeah.
All right. So we did watch one little TV show, and that was called Ed Sheeran's The Sum of It All.
To be more precise, it was a straight to streaming show.
Oh yeah, so the writers were probably fucked or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, have any of you guys been following up with that, by the way?
No.
I saw like some actors came in to like join whatever rally they had.
Which actors?
Like no, Pete Davidson was there.
Oh yeah, does he write? He probably. I don't know.
He just gave out pizzas.
Pizza Davidson.
Yeah.
Pizza time.
And I think who else was there? I don't know. A bunch of actors just came in to support the writers' strike.
But yeah, interesting. I've seen a couple of statements from some of the companies, like HBO Max was like, "Oh yeah, the writers can go out and protest, but if you're part of the like production team, fucking go to work," or something along those lines.
Y'all don't have a guild or a union, so go back to work.
Yeah. Bro.
And then Disney Plus just basically went, "Go back to work."
Go back to work.
So
Yikes.
Making great progress on that front.
Yes, well, they do have the right to say that since
a bunch of Marvel shit's been delayed. That's another thing. Also, Last of Us Part 2's been delayed as well by a while or something because of this. Just basically everything's been delayed. If you know anything that requires writing, which is literally everything,
every show, every movie,
just pay your fucking employees. Just pay them.
Or you can just not pay them and not make shows.
True, but they should be earning a livable wage,
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's pretty funny though. That's like old school. What you call it? Industrial Revolution times. If you get back to work.
Yeah. Well, it's also because of the other thing we talked a bit about, like the streaming problem, right? It's also because of inflation.
As in like that's a strain on cost of living.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously. Well, yeah, it is.
Yes.
But nobody's pay rates. Well, this kind of applies to everyone, I guess. But like,
yes,
yeah, stuff hasn't been
inflation.
Adjusted for inflation. But like, yeah,
true.
Which is great. But you know what I always say? Inflation, not a real thing.
It's just imaginary numbers, guys.
It is, but like, legitimately, it kind of is, though.
Mate, the whole economy.
The economy is kind of bullshit. I do agree with you there. Like, why is? Yeah, and of course the US has the most powerful money.
Because they have the most imaginary numbers.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous nonsense. But hey, if I could go to Bangkok and spend a lot of money with my Australian currency, then I guess it's okay.
See, that's why we're not economics majors, guys.
Yeah,
I studied economics. I don't remember fuck all.
But yeah, if someone in some of the comments could explain inflation and why it's like justified, that's the main thing. Why it's justified, please do, because I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
I think.
Do we know what we're signing up for? Asking the comment section to educate us on economics.
Audience interaction.
Yeah,
because all I can say is that it's just math.
And then I'll argue with you in the comments.
Yes, but it's like fake math.
It's fake math
because like
it's not real
if
math.
there is no money, then none of this would happen. You know, because it's just like money and the possibility of more money coming in that will make the value of that money go up or down.
Why is it just stagnant?
In the way that I'm thinking about it, like let's go back to caveman time.
Bunga bunga
time.
But that's the same thing with like trading, like physical trading.
More people need more food. More people to make more food.
And it just keeps growing and growing and growing.
Things to trade for more food.
Yeah.
Value of things to trade for food goes up.
Yeah.
Things slowly tick up over time naturally just because of math.
It's like that this is the tipping point of capitalism, bro. It's time for a violent revolution.
We do need the culture revolution or whatever you were saying.
Which is why we should accept communism.
Exactly. It all comes back. It's all a full circle.
But it's the jobs of the economists and the what you call it, the fucking finance minister to make sure that doesn't happen.
The cunts, mate.
Yeah, the cunts.
Yeah. Lovely.
How fun.
Beautiful.
So, going back to Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. I forgot we're doing the Ed Sheeran review. Sum it all. Okay. It's a docu-series, 4-part docu-series about Ed Sheeran. It's kind of leading up to the promotion of this new album, Subtract, which has come out. And it covers the last couple of years, but a bit of early stuff, but mainly the last couple of years of Ed's life. What did we think?
Wow, Eddie. You're doing it tough, hey?
Thumbs up, Eddie.
Oh, you know what I thought? I thought this was pretty damn good. In all honesty, I kind of got more emotionally invested than I thought. But it was very funny. I watched the first episode while Nelson was in the room, right? And I was like, and towards the end of the episode, it kind of hints at what's going to come. And I was like, damn, I think it's going to be a bit too heavy for me to watch with somebody else in the room, so I'm going to save it for later. And so then I was watching I binged the rest of it while I had a massive fucking hangover.
Nice.
Like, it was just like a few days later. But like, genuinely, I found it like to be pretty emotional.
Yeah.
In fact, can I confess something to you lovely bloody boys? Can I make a small tiny little confession?
You shit your pants.
I was gonna say I did kind of let a couple of tears, mate. Like, if I must confess.
Yeah, I shit.
You watched it while shitting?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Did you feel any emotion?
Well, I do feel sympathetic towards Edward's what you call it, trials and tribulations.
Yeah,
tribulations.
Like, 'cause I know you don't like his music.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not very attached to his music, but I feel like, where it's coming from, and I understand more about his life struggles and where he's coming from. You know? So I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I was like, damn, because I haven't really grooved with a lot of his later stuff. But I was a pretty big Ed Sheeran fan back in like year 8. You remember that? I don't know if you know, but like he definitely knows because I'd ask him to help me get album stuff. But anyway,
Eddie Sheeran.
Yeah, I was a pretty big Ed Sheeran fan, and but I was like, I kind of like lost interest in him for the past few years. But this kind of made me go, damn.
Go back.
Even if you don't like his music, I feel like it is interesting from like looking into like life of a songwriter, I guess. Or more specifically into Ed Sheeran, the biggest songwriter.
And how he became to be as well.
Yeah, and just like what he's going through. I think it just works as like an interesting enough, like, I guess character study, but it's like a biopic or whatever, right? Like it's interesting and like it gets a bit emotional. I honestly got like pretty invested in learning about like his life and like his family and like his friends and stuff like that. I was a bit disappointed that there was no Jimin because it didn't bridge the Disney Plus documentary cinematic universe. But
should have been there.
When you get Stormzy, he's kind of like the Jimin of the
UK.
Fun fact: did you know Ed Sheeran wrote, I think, at least one song for BTS, which was like "Make It Right"? If you know that song, because I remember when that came out, I was like, "Oh, Ed Sheeran wrote this." Anyway. And that's the other thing, because like with those other documentaries we watch, I know who fucking J-Hope is. I know who Suga is. So it's like nothing was a big shock. But I feel like this genuinely, there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about Ed Sheeran, and like this was actually pretty eye-opening to me.
Same with me, because I was never interested in the man's life. But now I know.
Now you kind of, And I feel like genuinely, if the aim of this was to convince me to listen to his new album, it kind of worked. Because I'm like, okay, I get what his album's about and stuff, and it's got a... Yeah, I get it.
It has a story behind it.
Yeah. But actually what it made me do more is appreciate his old stuff when he was a grunge rapper, you know?
Yeah, he should come back to those
That was the good shit, bro. I was actually, like, still listening to it, kind of low-key fire, you know? And classic stuff like A-Team and stuff is, in my opinion, still pretty good. So, like, yeah. There's not really much else because it's a documentary. We don't really grade it normally. I mean, not grade it, like categorize each thing normally. But is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Oh, I do have one like complaint, and it's sort of like a general documentary thing, but I felt it a lot more in this one. And it's like the kind of way stuff appears a little bit staged. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit of like emotional things are gonna happen, but it's like I feel like, oh, emotional thing happened, set up camera. You know what I mean? Like,
so that just by the fact that the cameras are there, people act differently.
Maybe, but like a lot of them are not like. It's not like I want to compare it again to like the BTS documentaries and stuff. You see like the BTS or whatever in the studio. And like I can imagine like they just set up a camera and they're just like, oh, just do what you normally do. And I feel like they were just like, because there's a lot of just them recording music in the studio. That's just normal stuff. A lot of this is like, they'll take them away for an interview or like get them to, there'd be more controlled environment stuff.
Yes.
So it's like that stuff is obviously staged for the documentary. It's not like, you know what I mean?
And that's something that took me out of like the whole emotional attachment thing. Like it told something about Ed Sheeran, but that was always in the back of my head. That's just how I watch these documentaries
and especially when it's like promoting an album, it's a little bit like I get a little bit cynical for that regards.
Yeah.
Emotional manipulation.
Yeah. But like genuinely, I'm pretty positive on this one. I actually would like recommend it mostly to people who like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
sure. I don't know. Do you like Ed Sheeran? Because I know he doesn't. But
I'm
like,
kind of indifferent.
I
mean, as a person, he seems like a nice bloke.
Yeah, he seems like a nice bloke.
But I'm not a big fan of his music.
Yeah, So like, would you show this to a person who doesn't like Ed Sheeran?
Like Thomas.
Like Thomas.
Who hates Edward.
Oh yeah, because he apparently ruined the grounds of the MCG. They should have showed footage. Actually, this entire documentary would have been shot before he came to the MCG because that was in 2023. Yeah.
You know, it might give him a different light, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Because for me, I used to like Ed Sheeran, so it kind of like
It reinforced
that. But yeah, it was interesting to see that you like him more as a person now.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, good on you, Edward. Good docker.
Good docker. You want to go to verdicts?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Edward Sheeran the first documentary on his new album and his past few years. It's pretty cool. Good to see his how he has progressed through life as a musician and an artist, and his struggles today and for the days to come. I'd say it's a good documentary if you want to know. But Ed Sheeran, 4 episodes, not too long, but a bit of it's an extensive look. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I'd give it an 8.
7 out of 10 is what you gave the last couple docos we watched, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I'm actually in the same boat as Sunny. I think it's an 8. I gave the last couple of docos about a 7 as well. I actually think this one's better just because maybe I just was more shocked at how surprisingly effective it was. And like, I think, once again, I look at it through the lens of it being a documentary as well. And I'm like, I feel like this tells a much more consistent story. And each episode had a little bit of a structure around a theme. Kind of. Yeah. And I feel like that was pretty good in the execution.
Well, Edward has more story to his life than the other doctors.
Yeah. I mean, you could always like...
You can create a story.
I feel like none of these doctors we watch have had like amazing documentary directors. That's the other thing. Because like, there are ways that you can script things for it to be a proper story.
Yes.
At some point, we're going to watch like an actual good documentary, right? Like...
Maybe, yeah.
I feel like musical biopics, you're only getting... It's more behind the scenes than it is like real documentary sort of thing. So it's like, yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
What was that song lyric? When your legs don't work like they used to before. Oh my god. No, I was reaching for my phone.
Dropping everything.
Yeah, we just dropped a couple
When
of
your
things.
hands don't work like they used to before.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Dang.
When I was 10 years old, I broke my leg.
I remember that.
The what?
No, I'm thinking about Divine now. Anyway.
16 years old, I
let's talk about
broke my leg.
Movies. Sorry, my throat's doing a thing. Firstly, Brokeback Mountain. We watched that one.
Yes, we did.
I thought it was a bloody good movie, man.
Yes, sir.
Bloody good yeehaw time, you know, a little bit of money.
A bit of fun.
Going up to the mountains, you know, cowboys, you know, 2 cowboys on a ranch.
18 cowboys at the Ram Ranch.
Yeah, got a little bit of that, a little bit of... Yeah, and I thought that was a good emotional story as well.
Yes.
The theme of this episode is probably emotional.
True.
Yeah.
Great performances in that one.
Yeah, great. Whereas the other thing we watched probably was not.
Another
and that was
emotional.
Fast and Furious 1 to 4.
I watched 4.
We watched 4. I'll talk about Fast 1 to 3 then. I think the first one, pretty shit. Has some fun moments. I think the best part is Vin Diesel and Paul Walker's chemistry. But we'll talk more about some chemistry in the second movie. But in the first one, I like how it's kind of funny because they're trying to get DVD players. Kind of a little bit silly. And NOS is pretty funny as well. Because every time they activate NOS, just green screen. Honestly, bad, but like sometimes entertaining. I find it like a little bit comforting in the way that it's like damn, this was a really quaint time for the Fast saga, you know?
Yeah.
Before they get into all the shit we're gonna get into later. Fuck. What else? Yeah, that's kind of it with the first one. The second one is kind of worse, but also funnier than the first one. Because they're just like, it's like James Bond Light with like Miami Vice thrown in there, but also like racing. There's a weird homoerotic tension between Brian and this dude Roman. And you're like, damn, are they gonna fuck? They don't. But like, you gotta watch the movie to understand it. Watch this through the lens of like, I reckon they're gonna fuck, and then you'll understand what I mean. Weird movie. They crash a car into a boat at the end.
Which sounds tame by modern standards.
Yeah, I think it was like a legit stunt that they did as well, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I've noticed throughout these Fast movies. A lot of the car stunt work, when it's real, is pretty impressive. Speaking of which, Tokyo Drift, my favorite of the first three movies. This one's like, it's bad, but like almost good. Almost like genuinely good.
Because it's very entertaining, is it?
It's entertaining, except all of the characters suck. And they're like not likable or interesting, like at all. The main character's a white guy
from bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah, it's some face. He speaks with a southern accent. Yeah, it's funny because when he's at the American high school, nobody else speaks with a southern drawl except him. So it's like,
maybe it's just the southern guy,
because he's apparently moved around a lot because he keeps getting into trouble. Which from the start of the movie is apparently him crashing into buildings with a car.
Bad driving.
Yeah. What else to say about it? Han's in it. Han's pretty cool-ish. Bit weird. Says some funny things occasionally. I mean, he's cooler in retrospect because he's in the other movies, I guess. But yeah. They have that Tokyo Drift song by the Teriyaki Boys, produced by Pharrell Williams, I believe.
Shout out to
Pharrell. If my sources are correct there.
P. Willie.
Yeah, sure.
He should rename himself.
Yeah, cool.
Willie. Like P. Diddy.
That is true.
Peacock.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the driving they did was real, and the drifting pretty impressive. I think I believe it established like a trend.
At least in the America.
Or
in
with
the
a lot of people
world.
trying to drift.
Yeah.
Were people drifting in Japan? No? Probably.
Well, they were before. That's where they got the inspiration for the movie.
But were they drifting across Shibuya Crossing and then the car flips and blows up and Han definitely dies, or does he? Will he return in a later movie?
Foreshadowing.
Maybe.
Yes.
Are you excited to watch Well, actually, firstly, Fast 4, what did you think? Because it's kind of like a soft reboot, kind of. It's like everything getting back together, stop with this bullshit, but also so many loose threads from the previous movies. Where's Roman? Han's barely in it. But, like, we'll get to it. It may be in Fast 7, maybe. Can't tell you if we will. Maybe. We will. Definitely. We will.
Foreshadowing.
It was pretty bad. It does foreshadow a lot of what's to come in the terms of, like, all of the ridiculous stunts and shit. And, like, they go through a tunnel. Oh, the CGI is so bad in that fucking movie. They go through, like, an entire CGI tunnel because everything's all crumbling behind them and shit. At the start, there's, Vin Diesel drives under a CGI tanker truck rolling, covered in flames, and then it cuts to the actual truck rolling down the hill. It's kind of funny. And Vin Diesel's got Sherlock vision in that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, a problem solver, a detective.
Yeah.
Well, Batman.
Honestly,
that was a
I don't think Fast 4 is that bad. It's okay. It's bad, like as in like they're all bad, but like.
In the scale of
this one's kind of boring bad. It's not like it doesn't have any glaring funny moments. Yeah, I feel. Whereas it doesn't have the camp. But then apparently Fast 5 is the best one, even though I remember Fast 6 being better, but we'll get to that.
Fast and Serious.
Which reminds me, are you excited to watch these Fast movies?
I know I've seen some Fast films in the past. When they come on like TV.
Yeah.
I think I remember one of them vaguely well.
Who was in it?
I have no.
Like actors, I mean, like was The Rock in it?
That was one of them.
Yeah, so it must be post Fast 5.
I probably remember 2 Fast films, excluding Hobbs and Shaw.
Was it Too Fast, Too Furious?
No fucking.
Have you seen Hobbs and Shaw?
Yes.
Oh shit! I need to watch that. Is it good? I've heard it's not good.
I don't remember anything about it.
All right. Yeah.
It has The Rock.
Oh, that's in the era where I think I've told you guys this, but fun fact, at least definitely in Hobbs and Shaw era, every character has in their contract that they have to have the equal amount of hits, every fight has to end in a standstill if they're fighting each other and stuff like that. Yeah. Which is why Hobbs and Shaw is a very symmetrical movie.
Symmetrical.
I don't know if you noticed that when you're watching it.
Like I said, I don't remember if I
Symmetrical as in orientation.
I mean, I don't mean like literally symmetrical in like the way it's shot. I mean like
mirrored.
Yeah, like there's even they do a fight in like a hallway, right? And they have to try to like one up each other, but they do the exact same thing because it's in their contract.
I just like the idea that for shot 1, him punches him. Shot 2, it's just the image flipped.
It's mad.
And they do it in a way where they have to calculate like how much like a punch is that worth the same as a headbutt, and then they have to do maths to figure out. It's crazy. Yeah. Like it also means that there's absolutely no stakes in the Fast franchise anymore. But that's kind of fucking crazy, right? Because of these actors with these huge fucking egos. Oh, and Vin Diesel and Dwayne The Rock Johnson had beef and shit. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I know about that.
Because they're both bold.
Yeah.
And there can only be one bold actor.
And Vin Diesel is the only one now.
There's only enough space in this film for one Malteser.
Yeah.
And I think, who was it? It wasn't Ludacris. Was it Ludacris? One of the actors, maybe it was Ludacris? I don't think it was. Maybe it was Ludacris. Had beef with Dwayne The Rock Johnson because he went and did Hobbs and Shaw. Literally because he did the movie instead of like doing Fast 9 with the rest of the family. He's like, you broke up the family. And Dwayne Johnson made a video going, I think it was Ludacris because I know Ludacris is a rapper, so like, I listened to Ludacris' album, it was fucking trash. You can find this video. I've seen the video of Dwayne The Rock Johnson doing this.
Ludacris music suck.
But yeah, it's an absolute shit show over in the shooting at them. Which is why I feel like when we watch Fast 5 to 10 and we think about all this stuff, it's going to be pretty funny.
The drama,
Anyway, on a completely unrelated note, do you guys want to talk about Peter Pan?
Sure.
Petrus Panero.
Right. Peter Pan. This is the Peter Pan and Wendy.
Wendy's.
I don't really get the title. Like, why change it?
2 main characters.
Because Wendy. Well,
Peter Pan was never. I guess was he the main character? I don't know. Wendy was always the main character, I think.
In the OG Disney one, they kind of had an equal thing going on. I think.
Yeah.
Where Peter Pan's like the guide.
Yeah, I feel like Wendy was always still like the
Wendy
protagonist,
is the
right?
Protagonist. Yeah. But in this one, it's more.
Why don't we just call the movie Wendy?
Because
if you're going to retitle it,
because people don't remember who Wendy is. They remember who Peter Pan is.
They just call it Peter.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Oh, probably because they're like a Peter Pan movie every single year. Do you guys know that? It's like literally a Peter Pan movie every fucking.
I didn't know that, but yeah.
But yeah, this is the Disney live action remake. Not there's been other live action ones, but they're not Disney.
Yes.
Fuck. Who's in the cast? I don't really think there's people. There's Jude Law's Captain Hook, and that's kind of like it in terms of.
They got kids.
Of kids.
Peter Pan's played by a kid.
Yeah. A lot of child acting in this.
Yeah.
A lot of probably not the best child acting, but I don't want to be too critical of that, but you know.
But the movie's about the kids.
The movie's about kids. Did you watch this one with me?
No, I watched
You watched
You watched it.
I
with,
watched it with like Tommy and Ibrahim, I believe.
Yeah. What did they think?
Oh, well, I'll tell you when we get to verdicts, I guess. But like, yeah. But what did you like the movie?
I thought it was okay.
That was okay.
Like, Peter Pan in it.
Live action Peter Pan.
I thought they had some cool bits, like crocodile. I like crocodile.
No, they fucked up the crocodile. They legitimately fucked up the crocodile.
What the crocodile?
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Live action remake, and it's like, all right, cool. They're doing, and I guess they have to change some stuff up, right, to make it more realistic or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Just update it with the times. I think that's what they do.
But
well,
why?
Not really at the time.
Because the croc is the TikTok crocodile, right?
On TikTok.
Because you remember how he shows off how he has that TikToking watch?
Yeah.
From what I remember, the crocodile eats it and then it makes TikTok sounds every time it's going. They didn't do that in the movie.
They forgot.
Well, I forgot about that too.
I forgot.
It's like it is the defining feature of the crocodile in the original cartoon. So it's like, don't know why. When they set it up, they literally set it up for that to be the payoff, and then nothing happened. I thought this movie was fine. There are some changes that made like no sense as to why. They try to do like a sympathetic angle with Captain Cook. No, Captain Cook. That's a real person. Captain Hook.
Captain Cook.
We don't sympathize with Captain Cook. He was a colonizer and all that jazz.
And was eaten.
Yeah, but Captain Hook. They did like a weird sympathetic thing with him at the end, but then they still. Oh, that's kind of spoilers, I realized. We'll get to it in spoilers. I didn't like Peter Pan in this movie. He creeped me out.
Kind of a dick.
Even though he's creepy in the cartoon, but like he's it's
funny.
weird because he's live action and creepy. Yeah. He's like this immortal entity that is preying on a child. That's why
he's basically an older man in the child's
small-time hero, big-time pedophile.
Yes, but like he still has the mind of a child, right? So does that count? Because he never grew up.
I don't think that would pass in a court of law, mate.
Well, they live in Neverland where the courts don't exist.
Hey, Neverland was the ranch of Michael Jackson.
Oh.
We kept comparing Michael Jackson with Peter Pan. Watching this, that was bad. Oh. This movie, I don't know, it just wasn't... Okay, there's a lot of things like I legitimately just did not like. I did not like how bleak the movie looked. There was no color in the movie, which I did not understand. I think the cartoon was colorful, right?
It was a bit colorful.
Yeah,
maybe they're just trying to recreate
the fact that Peter Pan was dressed in green.
In this movie, he's like dark green.
Yeah.
They're trying to recreate that at UK vibes, yeah.
Welcome to Britain!
Cause that's like, the Neverland's kind of like based on like the Cornwall fucking
Cornwall.
You know, what's it called? It looks like fucking the coast
I thought it was
of
like
Britain.
Scandinavia.
Scandinavia would be colder.
Wales?
Yeah, like Wales
Ireland.
and shit. Like up northern UK stuff. It looks like that to me.
Northern UK is Scotland.
They have funny cliffs, don't they?
But crossed with like Pirates of the Caribbean a little bit.
It would be our Pirates.
Yeah, actually that does look.
But like less impressive because Pirates looks pretty good.
Yes.
The only spot of color I noticed was Captain Hook. Because he wore red.
Yes.
Yeah. It was,
it was a pretty bleak movie. I just remember two. Yeah, that didn't look.
I don't think it was as bad. Like there was a little bit more happening, and I felt like Jude Law, like whenever Captain Hook was on screen, stuff was happening, and he was like pretty good for it, I guess. He was like trying.
Well, I like his performance a bit. Yeah.
I think this is definitely more interesting than fucking 65.
Yes.
So I'm like, this movie's pretty just like average to me. I wouldn't watch it again. I'm probably more negative on this one, but like to be fair, I didn't pay that much attention to it. So I like, fairness. I'm not going to be too harsh on this one. It's the kids.
It's a decent live action adaptation.
Yeah. We'll get more specific into stuff. We'll talk more about the acting, I guess.
Yep.
I kind of just my thoughts on it, just gonna get it over and done with quickly. Not a huge fan of many of the performances. The adults did okay. I think Jude Law was a standout. The kids, I'm sorry, but didn't think they were very good. That's all I'm going to say on that. Don't want to be too harsh on kids. Did you guys have any similar thoughts, different thoughts?
Yeah, but same, Kids be kids. Wendy's kind of not too bad. I
guess she was the standout for kids, I guess. The
pirates are cool. They parody.
Pirating.
Yeah.
Some pirates. Parody stuff. Be hearty.
Rawr.
I'm Captain Feathersword.
Yeah.
So the writing, right?
Yes.
It's kind of like the same story as the original with some changes, I guess.
Yeah.
Just a preface. I'm not a huge fan of the original Peter Pan story, in all honesty. I kind of think it's a bit shit, but like maybe that's a hot take. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. What are people?
I don't remember much of the. How did it end in the original?
I'm pretty sure he gets eaten by the crocodile, right?
And they all live good, and Wendy comes home.
Yeah.
So Peter Pan doesn't learn a lesson.
I don't know, because he did in this movie. He didn't, right?
Well, he learned that I miss my mom.
Does he go to his mom at the end of this one? Actually, that's the spoiler, right?
I guess.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the ending later.
But like, he's from a time from long ago.
Yeah, which is why it's creepy. Why is he hanging out with some children?
Because he's a kid himself. He never grew up. He's a youth at heart.
Immediately when he meets Wendy, they talk about kissing.
But he doesn't know
and he
what
goes,
the
I've been watching you sleep.
But he
That's
doesn't know what
inappropriate.
kissing is.
Yeah, just remembering that.
Yeah, claiming he doesn't know what kissing is.
Oh, he's trying to
That's
be
bullshit,
coy
bro.
about
That's
it.
trying bullshit.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
Nah, he misses his mother.
Oh.
Not kisses his mother.
I kissed my mother.
What? Yeah.
No.
I like how he went to the camera and no.
All right.
Right.
I kissed my mother.
Did they establish in the original about like Captain Hook's origins, or did they not?
I don't remember.
Yes. So is that a new thing?
Did they establish his origins in this one?
Kind of.
It was like, he was a kid in Neverland, but they got it as well.
Oh yeah, and that's why he has a connection.
Yeah.
With Peter Pan.
Yes.
They're probably like the same age.
Yeah, so
In a
Peter Pan
relative
would be
term,
as
yes.
old as Captain Hook.
Think about
The
that.
difference between 1,000 years and 1,050 years is very different from 50 and 0.
I guess so.
In relative terms.
But
Wait, 1,050
they're both
and
over the age of
1,000.
18. That's all that matters.
Yeah, true.
I suppose.
Relatively.
I don't like how they kept hammering the point of like, oh, they're afraid to grow up. They kept saying it since the start of the movie. It's like, I got the message. I get it. It's a kid's movie, but I feel like kids still would be able to get it from at least the one time you said that at the start. Like, I get the movie's a metaphor. Like, I totally get it. I don't need to keep being reminded that every second of the fucking movie.
But kids forget. And forgive.
I feel like kids are smarter than you give them credit for.
I was a kid, bro.
Yeah, look at you now. You've learnt things. You remember how to say your ABCs?
Does it end with a Z or a Z?
But I'm fucking America, cunt.
That's what differentiates children from adults. Adults make their own decisions.
Oh. See, I
So-
can't make my decisions.
Then he's still a child because he doesn't know
Then
whether it's their
that
disease.
means I'm not a adult either because I couldn't decide not to watch this movie.
Also, me too, because I'm indifferent to everything.
Which makes us all the same as Peter Pan.
Yes.
No.
Over 18
No.
children at heart.
No! Yeah, I feel like,
Crazy.
because that in itself is a metaphor, right? But like, it doesn't really work for me. I think it's still creepy.
Yeah.
Mainly because there's that one scene where he's like, yeah, I'll be watching you sleep. Hey, what's kissing? I'm like, bro, why is there like a romance developing? It's weird.
You can say the same thing about Santa Claus.
What?
He sees you when you're sleeping.
No, but
Yeah,
but canonically, you catch mum kissing Santa Claus.
That's true.
So basically, Santa
mum,
Claus
bro.
is a he's an all rounder. He's just a fully open predator.
I suppose, but like,
Want to
he's
see
giving
what's in my bag of goodies?
well, but what if Santa Claus wasn't real?
Well,
That would be
No.
funny if Peter Pan was like, hey, you know this whole adventure? This wasn't real. Just like Santa Claus. And then
Yeah.
the kids at home go, what?
nah, you lying. Peter Pan, you were bad.
No good bloody scoundrel. You in the green.
The green. What were we talking about?
Oh, I thought Tinkerbell was kind of boring in this movie.
Yeah.
She's kind of there.
She's
Didn't
kind of
do it.
there.
Didn't really
She
do
doesn't
anything.
talk.
No.
I'm just comparing it with another franchise that we just watched, in which there's a character that does talk, and then like one person understands them. Groot in the Guardians are
Groot.
like, this is not even comparable. This is bad.
Mm.
And I felt like whenever they I don't know if it was just like the effects or something, but like I never felt like they were really interacting with her properly. I don't know. There was just like some weird disconnect I felt.
Maybe because there's a horse.
Because there's a horse. It's true, there was a horse, wasn't there? Also,
Nay.
this movie ends like the Uncharted movie. Did anyone notice that? Big ship flying moment?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Big ship fly.
Except I think Uncharted was better than this one.
Yeah.
It has a Marky Moo.
Yeah, Marky Mark.
Cool.
All right, cinematography.
A random note. I remember seeing someone's profile on Hinge, and they said, "I hate Mark Wahlberg."
Honestly, that's pretty based.
Then I responded with, "Why do you hate Marky?" Then they never responded.
Well, I mean, they remember. See, that means they're actually informed of the shit that he's done.
Oh,
That's
true.
pretty, like-
But for me, at least, that just reinforces how funny the guy is.
I do think it's weird that people have kind of just gone, let's just not talk about that stuff that he's done.
Yes.
And let's move past it. Let's make him star in Transformers and shit. That stuff is pretty weird.
But that's the thing, though. An argument to make, like, would you judge someone by their present behavior, or would you just judge him by the previous actions that may
The
not
previous
reflect?
stuff that Mark Wahlberg's done were really bad.
Yes, might not reflect who he is today.
It could not, but
I mean, if he's remorseful for it, and he knows what
the
he's
thing
what he's
about
done
like when it's
bad.
like celebrities, it's like dude's like mega rich and all of that shit. So it's
Yes.
like he's never had any like faced any repercussions for it.
Yes,
In fact, he's actually been rewarded for it.
got an award.
Well, I mean by wealth and fame and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like it's different from just like a regular person, where it's like, yeah, because like dude
True.
can come out and be like, oh, I'm remorseful, sitting on his pile of fucking cash and shit, man. It's like
I'm a bad bitch. You
I
can't
don't
kill
know.
me.
Is he? A little bit weird. Because yeah, I'm gonna be in all honesty, I'm also not a huge Mark Wahlberg fan. I think the stuff that he's done pretty fucked.
This.
Pretty messed up. I don't know how did we end up talking about this?
Because we mentioned Uncharted.
Oh.
Now going back to
Just
Peter.
cinematography, yeah.
Yes.
Well, it was fine.
Yeah.
Is right. Yeah.
I mean, talking
Yeah,
about the
it's
editing
fine.
and visuals, so I'm like,
Talked about the
visually, this movie
colours.
fucking looked atrocious to me.
Yeah. The ship is a ship.
The ship is a ship.
They flying.
It's not really that much. I don't think there was any like super bad CG. It was just like But the movie did like look that real in all honesty.
Yeah,
So
no,
like,
it definitely didn't try to look real.
I don't know, yeah. It
They
kind
got a tiny fairy.
But they also tried to look real.
that's the other thing. This movie felt soulless. It felt like nobody. And that's also like the visuals and stuff. It's like I don't really feel like much effort really went into like. Maybe this is because I've been playing that Epic Guardians game, but it's just like I felt like there was like no art design in this. I felt like there was nobody went, oh, I have a vision. I really want to make this movie. I just felt like nothing.
I have a dream.
Scripts, directing, like nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
Even like Jude Law, I felt like he was there for a paycheck, nothing more. Don't think he was particularly passionate about the role.
I didn't even recognize him as Jude Law. He could probably get away with it. Not being.
Well, I mean, maybe it's worse
credited as
with me going, that's Jude Law instead of that's Captain Hook. Yeah,
To
I
be
don't know.
fair, he did probably the best acting performance, so it's fine.
Yeah, though to be fair, it was just him and a bunch of kids in all honesty. And pedophile in a green outfit, you know.
Peter Pan is soulless. He's a man with no soul.
And he has a
I
heart
mean,
in
he
his
sold
foot.
his soul to the lords of Neverland to never grow up.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Sound and music.
I don't think
They
there's
had
anything to speak of.
the
This is
Peter
actually a
Pan
silent
songs.
film. There was nothing in this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
they had
song,
the...
the score.
Well, I know that Thomas didn't like the score.
Why?
He was actively going, this music sucks.
What,
He wasn't a
what
huge
reason?
fan of the funny chorus, like what's it called when it's vocalizing the term?
Who's vocalizing?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Were they chants?
Yeah, there were a little bit of vocalizing, a little bit of people going, oh.
Oh, I think, yeah, there were.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I didn't care.
Yeah.
That's a lot of my take of this movie.
I don't know. That's all the takes that we have.
All right.
Mm.
Let's do some spoilers. This will be a quick
Yeah, we'll
spoiler
talk about
section, and then we'll
stuff.
go to verdicts. All right, spoilers now. All right. I don't really get why they went, oh yeah, Captain Hook, Peter Pan connected, and then like they go for like an emotional moment, I guess, where he's like, I can't remember what Captain Hook said something emotional, and then he falls into the water.
Oh, he
And
said
so then
like,
in the
Peter, I can't think of happy thoughts.
yeah, something like that, which is like a pretty sad,
It is a sad
randomly
thing.
sad thing to say. And then in the cartoon, he just gets eaten by a crocodile, right?
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I guess he's gone, eaten by a crocodile.
Because in this one, they
But then they
humanized
decide to bring him back at the end for Peter Pan 2,
Oh, yes.
Wendy's Revenge. To Wendy, to Peter Pan, to Wendy. Tokyo
Yeah.
Drift. On a boat, we're drifting on a boat.
But flying.
I felt like that came out of a little bit out of left field and was just like, okay,
feel
we'll
like
go
that's in
for an
character.
emotional thing.
As in, like,
And then at least,
Captain Hook.
okay, so they go for an emotional thing. Then they just drop him anyway, and I guess, like, okay. Then they don't even commit to it. They're just like, oh, he doesn't get eaten by the crocodile. They just gets rescued at the end. Also, Peter Pan
Yeah.
goes back to Neverland and doesn't really learn his lesson, but kind of does. He misses his mom.
But my mom did.
Because I know there are some iterations where Peter Pan goes to the real world,
Mm.
which is what the fucking Lost Boys did. They went to the real world.
Yeah, they left Neverland.
Yeah.
Actually, this is similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy thing, where Pete visits the grandpa, right?
Hey, that's no spoiling Guardians. That's like an actual
Cool.
spoiler. You can't put that in there.
True.
Editor, chop, 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 chop.
But it's
Guys,
like, you
everyone
know,
chop,
how, I guess, Peter Pan has been running away from reality for a century.
Yeah.
But now it's too late to go back. That's the big
Can't he
thing.
just like go back anyway?
Because he's too old and his mom's dead, bruh.
Yeah, but he could just live out his life as a child. Start
But
a new
why
life.
do that when you can fly around in Neverland?
Just live a sad, lonely life in Neverland with you and Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Tinkerbell, who in the original canon gets her own CGI movies
Oh,
that are apparently good.
Tinkerbell.
No, that's something.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Peter Pan's never been like the actual like. Tinkerbell has like legitimate spin-offs that are apparently good. Peter Pan is just like such a fucking boring character. I don't know. He has a heart in his foot.
I kind of like the story they gave Captain Hook though. Just like he was an outcast because Peter Pan's a dick.
Yeah.
So now he hates him.
Yeah.
So he has actual reasoning, I guess.
Yeah.
Backstory.
Oh, there's a fight scene at the end of the movie on the boat. I thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just a random little tangent. I don't really get why you'd have sword fights in a kids' movie ever. From the basis of like
beheadings.
Literally, swords. The only thing they can do is like stab and slash at people, but you can never show blood.
Yes.
So a lot of it's just like people just falling over because they fell over. They weren't hit by the sword or anything. They just fell over. That was a lot of the choreo of that. Occasionally, someone's gonna get hit, but it's just like they got hit with the sword. They get like stabbed with the sword. And they just like go woo. That was a lot of the movie.
Didn't Captain Hook like slash Peter's head or something? And like early in the film, and they thought Peter was dead.
I don't know. Did he?
Yeah, and then he came back. It's like, oh.
Well, yeah.
Don't remember. Don't care.
But yeah. But that's just like a real random thing. I just don't really understand sword fights in kids' movies.
It's a weird old school.
Because you can never really choreograph them to be very good.
Then watch your kids use the weapons as weapons.
I don't know.
Guns. Bam. Bam, bam, bam.
Or just like punch each other like the Mario movie.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe some things have better sword fights. I don't know. But this one in particular just felt like a lot of people falling over a lot. And it went on for a while, so I was just like, oh, there's no tension in this sequence at all.
Kids do fall over a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, the ultimately I thought to like, it's a kids movie. I feel like kids are gonna get bored with it. In all honesty, I don't think it's particularly fun. And because the movie looks so fucking bleak.
Yeah,
it was like hard to watch the movie because it just looked so bad. But like, yeah, we fight to verdicts.
Yeah. Hey, Petrus the band. He's a kid in a kid's body.
He's an adult man in a kid's body.
In a kid's body with a youthful soul, or no soul at all, if I were to say. Give it a 5 out of 10.
I'm considering 4.5. I think I'm too indifferent for this film to say it was in the middle.
I'm kind of like, it's kind of average, but also like just because of the visual presentation, maybe I dock a little bit more to make it be like 4.5 as well, slightly below average. All right, yeah. For a combined score of
4.69.
Hell
yeah.
Why the fuck not? Let's go.
Just show your kids the OG and it'll be fine.
Or don't, because it's not that good. I don't know, maybe. Maybe I remembered it wrong. Now, the last movie we're going to talk about is an actual good one, I feel.
Yes.
And that's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
GOTG Vol.3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, this movie is the third in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise.
Yeah.
And a film within the Marvel list of stuff. I don't know what number it is because there are a lot of them. But yeah, this is James Gunn's return to the characters you know and love. You got returning cast, you got your Chris Pratts, your Zoe Saldana's, your Bradley Coopers, your Vinny Diesels, your Sean Guns, your what's Mantis actor's name? It's Palm something, right?
Yeah.
You got Karen Gillan. Cosmo's actress is the one from Borat. Yeah.
Yes.
Can't remember her name. Yeah, but you also have what's this the villain that's something. me knowing names. It's like,
Guy.
yeah, the dude from Peacemaker.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what we know him from. He's the villain of. Was he the villain of Peacemaker? No, he was a good guy in Peacemaker. He had the bug inside him.
Oh.
And then he was the director of like whatever the little unit was.
Oh yeah, the guy.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So this film follows the Guardians on their, I guess, final mission. We'll probably talk a bit more about the future of Guardians in spoilers, but like, yeah. You start off. What are your impressions of this one?
I quite pleasantly enjoyed this one. Top movie.
Top movie. What about you, mate?
Top movie.
Oh yeah, this was indeed a top movie. I bloody love this movie. I'm seeing it again tonight, boy.
Very nice.
Fucking phenomenal. You know how people are like, oh, is Marvel back? Will this movie bring back Marvel?
No, it's a sign of the end.
I'm kind of more the same thing. I'm like, I feel like this is a fantastic, like, James Gunn Guardians movie. Has pretty much no real connection to the MCU much.
Yes.
And I think it was really fucking good. I don't think it's going to save Marvel because I feel like Marvel as a brand is different from this movie as its kind of own thing. But this is, it's fucking great. I loved it. It's really fucking emotional. It's pretty got some hefty stuff in there, but it's pretty funny. It's got some of I think the best action in the Guardians franchise, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The comedy is mostly on point, I reckon. The CGI and stuff is pretty good in this one, I'd say. Better than a lot of the recent Marvel stuff we've seen. I think the actors all do a fucking great job. This movie made me like Chris Pratt again, I guess. No. Not really. I don't like him as a person that much, but like I guess just like he's really good in this movie. And I think everyone else is as well. But yeah. Let's get into some more in-depth stuff, I guess. Yes. We'll talk about the acting, right? I've already kind of started off that. What did you guys think of some of the performances here?
I think they did a top job.
Top job?
You know, Chrissy Pratt on his top form.
A game. He's in the Class A team.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the rest of the crew also.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I loved Batista and Drax and Mantis. Their chemistry is great. It's from the previous Christmas special carried over. I rewatched the Christmas special actually before I saw this one. And I like it a lot more than I originally thought. I should have given it a higher score. But yeah, what did you think of the acting?
Don't have much to add. Everyone's good.
Everyone's good.
Yeah. And Chris Pratt finally not in an animated.
Yeah,
taking on a character he's not meant to play.
So speaking of voice acting, great voice acting performances, especially Bradley Cooper.
Yep.
Vin Diesel does his thing. It's great, you know.
He's in another family.
Yes, he's in another. That's true. What a family man. It would have been funny if he said, "We are family." That would have been a funny thing. What was I to say? I love the villain.
Yep.
I hate the villain. Sorry. Let me rephrase. Love the performance. I thought it was a fantastic performance. I was terrified of this man the entire time.
Scary.
Yeah, I was watching it in IMAX in 3D.
Oh, he's big.
And it was just like, oh, this is terrifying. I mean, he's not like a horror movie character. I mean, like, he's got a very commanding presence.
A threatening man.
I like the way he's written, but we can talk about that more in the writing. But generally, great fucking villain. What other acting there are?
Adam Warlock. Do you have much to say on him?
I liked him.
Yeah?
Yeah. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of stuff on the internet, a lot of people aren't a huge fan of the Adam Warlock stuff, but me personally, maybe because I'm not a huge Adam Warlock stan or anything, I'm like, I liked what they did with him. and I thought the performance was really good, at least.
Right.
So, like, yeah.
Because I was thinking about that because I was curious to see you guys talk about Adam Warlock because I felt like his writing was maybe a little underdeveloped.
Yeah, we'll get more into that later.
Sure.
But
in terms of performance,
performance. I thought he was really good.
Yep.
Isn't it? Elizabeth Debicki or something from lady from Tenet. She's the mother of Adam Warlock.
Yep.
She's in it. Briefly, she's good in it as well. You'll see cameos from other people and stuff around. Nathan Fillion's in it.
Oh yes.
Fucking love Nathan Fillion. He's really funny. Yeah. Just like I think this is very well acted.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Good stuff.
Top stuff, lads.
Top stuff. Let's talk about the writing in it without spoiling much, which is going to be a little bit hard. I'd say, yeah, I already said like I think this is the most emotional of the bunch, right?
Yeah.
I like in my opinion, I think it's gone like up in terms of the emotion.
Yeah,
I found Guardians 2 more emotional, Guardians 1, and then I found this one more emotional, Guardians 2.
This one, well, it involves the whole gang in a sense.
Yeah. Though, yeah, the heart and soul, I'd say, is still Rocket.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Though I think what they do with Star-Lord is actually really good as well. Because they have to do some stuff. I can kind of say this. Well, you know Gamora's in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, like the Gamora from Endgame, right? And I think the way they do that arc is really well handled.
Yeah.
They don't retread some old ground, which I was kind of afraid that they were going to do.
But they didn't.
They're creating a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of get like an arc about like, you know, letting go sort of thing. And it kind of factors into a bit of a theme for the whole Guardians team a little bit.
Yeah.
I loved Rocket's story. The backstory was really good, and how it like related to his modern stuff. That was really good. Oh, the one, I guess it's not a particular gripe, but just in terms of the execution of the story, it is a little bit fetch questy. Yeah. A little bit of characters needing something going to another place, and characters needing another thing going to another place. But like, it's fine. It's how you need to tell a story. So I'd say like just if they could tighten some stuff up a little bit in terms of like, it does feel like they're going from place to place for a little bit of a long time. But that's kind of like my only actual negative gripe with it, and it's like honestly kind of a nitpick. Other stuff. Love what they do with Drax's character. That also made me cry when they kind of resolved that stuff. It's beautiful. I like what they do with Mantis's character as well.
Yeah.
Love the new Gamora. I like how she is a new Gamora. She doesn't feel like the old Gamora, but there are elements that feel like her because she's still the same Gamora in terms of some of the past stuff that's happened to her, but it's just like her time with the Guardians make her different, yeah. And I thought that all of the stuff that happens are a pretty natural character development for that character based on like what we've seen for the other Gamora as well. It's like defeated, yeah. Who else? Groot doesn't really have that much of an arc, but I guess Groot's doing some stuff. He's pretty cool. He's doing some stuff. Have I covered all of the Guardian?
I was talking about, I guess, Sean Gunn's character.
Kraglin.
Doesn't
really do anything.
Yeah.
He learns how to arrow.
It's true. That's actually probably one of the weaker aspects for me, the Kraglin stuff. Because it's basically, it's Kraglin and Cosmo doing some side stuff, basically.
Yeah.
And it's more of, it's not really a side quest, it's a joke.
Yeah.
It's like, basically that's what it is. It's just like a continuous joke. And it was funny a couple of times, but not like the entire time. It was a little bit overplayed.
Yes.
But like that's also just like not a huge part of the movie, so it's like, yeah. And we got a really big cast, so it's like what do we do with people? I guess. I don't know. Did you have more to add to Kraglin? Not really.
I agree.
Do you want to talk about a little bit without spoiling anything, Adam Warlock, or is it too? If you can just say anything.
I know one part of it is. I feel like with the hype for him, they could have done more, but it's already a huge cast, anyways.
Yeah, it feels. Well, I have seen a James Gunn interview where he kind of basically implied that he was tacked on a little bit because of he had to introduce him for the previous movie. He actually captured Prince Charming from the Shrek movies very well in that character. I was like, this is Prince Charming. He behaves exactly like him. But I liked how honestly, like, it's kind of a spoiler to say. I personally liked what they did with him. It's definitely more setting the groundwork for him, and they're trying to like build him up into a bigger thing later. He's definitely quite depowered, I guess, in this movie. You kind of see him do some cool stuff at the start, and he kind of doesn't for the rest of it. That's the other thing. They do have a scene. This is definitely spoiler, so I'm going to tread lightly. They have a scene where a character is in peril towards the end, but there's no reason for them to be in peril. It's kind of like a dumb choice. When this character has stuff that could avoid him to not be in peril, just to get Adam Warlock to do something.
Yeah.
Without spoil anything, I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We'll get to it in spoilers, I guess, but that part was also a little bit like, don't understand. I could predict, I know he's going to save him. It's going to be Adam Warlock because they've given him nothing to do.
To me, that was, he hasn't been given anything to do, so I couldn't predict what was happening.
That's like,
I forgot he was there.
Yeah, same. No,
so you guys, did you like him? Like,
I like the character.
Well, I mean, he's kind of made to be the funny thing.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a funny.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I guess his character was the whole reason this movie's happening. In a sense.
Sort of. Well, he's kind of like the catalyst.
The guy.
Well, yeah.
But like he did.
I mean, yeah.
So is it? How can you tack that on? I guess you could.
It's not. It's because. Well, we can talk spoilers, but he's not the reason. He's just. Like, he's basically a weapon.
Yes.
It's like it could have been anyone. It's like he could have been shot by a gun.
Yes.
Yeah. I do like the actual like motivation behind the story. It feels very personal to the Guardians.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. And I really like I love the ending. Like, I love how everyone's arcs are resolved. I think it ends perfectly. There's some hints that some stuff may not be completely done, but like we know some stuff about like actors maybe not wanting to return and stuff. We'll talk more to spoilers, I guess, to speculation. But yeah. All that to say, I think the writing was pretty strong, though there are some stuff that are a little bit not as good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cinematography, I think it was bloody great, mate.
Yeah.
Bloody great. You're gonna actually, I was gonna kind of spoil it. It's a great sequence, an action sequence towards the end. A lot of people go, this is the best action sequence in MCU history. I'm like, no. The Shang-Chi came out, guys. You gotta, don't forget about that. But I think it is got the best in the Guardians franchise, at least.
Yeah.
It's a great take. Yeah. Good stuff there. The action in general across this thing was pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
There's some great choreography and stuff. I've seen some behind the scenes of like some stuff. I can't really spoil anything, but yeah, I think it's great. I think the movie looked really good. Was shot very nicely. Do you guys have anything more to that?
Agreed.
Editing and visuals. I think the CG was good. Everything was good. Editing was great. Yeah. Oh, there was one point where Adam Warlock was flying and they did the Black Adam cam. Do you remember that? This thing where a planet was flying through a planet that was being.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I try to spoil this again. Yeah. Then it's sound and music, which is like Guardian's thing, right?
I watched this one in an Atmos cinema.
Boom.
I watched it in IMAX, so yeah, I got the big
Watching it standard 2D, baby.
Yeah, but what sound system did you? We're talking about sound, bro.
Not advertised sound.
Oh.
So, whatever they have, I guess.
What sound system does IMAX have?
They have like a custom.
Dolby shit. Are they
It's
with
not
Dolby?
No, they have a custom one.
Well, who owns IMAX?
IMAX, the company.
Yeah.
Literally everything in IMAX is custom made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally called IMAX Sound.
Yeah.
Dolby.
Bloody good sound, would you say?
Yeah.
Bloody, yeah.
Trying to think back. I mean, you can definitely talk about music. Music always a standout in this.
How does this soundtrack compare to the other movie? Because I feel like, in terms of this soundtrack, I don't think it is implemented as well as in the last couple of movies.
Yeah.
Here's a hot take. I think the best implementation of a soundtrack into a Guardians movie was Guardians 2. Because I'm like, a lot of those songs, I feel like they worked really thematically with what was going on in times and stuff.
True.
I actually just, in my bias, I actually just like the songs of that one more.
I mean, they had a whole song which is the storyline to the
movie, Father and Son.
And even the mum and fucking dad.
Brandy, yeah. This movie kind of has like none of that.
It's kind of random songs.
It's kind of just random songs. They're good songs for the most part, except why do they have to put in No Sleep Till Brooklyn?
Yeah, that was a Mario
movie. And like every other movie as well. It's just like, why?
They had Chris Pratt. Maybe he really likes that song. So
I need a hero.
They put in Creep.
Oh, yeah.
But the acoustic version to switch it up, I guess. That was actually probably the most thematic one that I can think of.
To like rock it, I guess.
I must admit, a lot of these songs are now on my playlist. You know, I am listening to a little bit.
Brooklyn.
I'm listening to that's actually the one I haven't listened to recently, but I listened to In the Meantime by Space Song. You know, the woo woo one.
Yeah. Are you listening to Creep acoustic version?
Yeah. I was listening to it at work, and then my roommate, who was the team leader of the workplace, she came in and was like, "Are you listening to Radiohead?" I'm like, no.
Or does she hate her Radiohead?
Nah, she doesn't. But she's
loves
like,
Radiohead.
It's funny.
Radiohead is funny.
I have a friend who #1 band is Radiohead right now.
Damn. I feel like I'm gonna, upon rewatching, I'm gonna cry when that song plays after having seen the entire movie.
Yeah.
I'm a widow.
But yeah, that was probably like my favorite song in the context of the actual movie, I reckon. But yeah, so I think this soundtrack is the weakest of the bunch, but like still it's above average. It's better than the Mario movie. It was a collection of random ass fucking songs.
True.
Yeah.
And the sound was just good.
Yeah, sound was good.
Very good.
Shall we talk a little bit of spoilers, boys?
Let's go.
Spoilers.
Yes.
Bloody hell, where do we even start with this one? Should we do it kind of like beat by beat from what I remember?
Yeah,
we can help each other out.
Sure.
All right, we open with Them on Nowhere, which is, we know that from the holiday special. Then Adam Warlock comes in and goes, pew, pew, pew. I'm gonna shoot rockets. Which doesn't, now that I think about it, doesn't make a lot of sense, because doesn't he need rocket?
Did he? No, he accidentally flew right into him.
Oh.
But
because he shoots rocket though. That's how he gets injured.
All right.
Yeah, because he does like rocket, a pew.
Fought back, so he's like, I'm gonna shoot you now.
Yeah. Kind of doesn't do a great job, but like, yeah, because it's the high evolutionaries after Rocket for Rocket's brain.
Because he's smart.
Because he's smarter than
him,
the high evolutionary. I like how they set up the anti-gravity boots literally at the very start of the movie, so it comes back at the end.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, and you get honestly a pretty good opening to Adam Warlock's character there, I reckon.
Yeah.
He's just, kicking ass. But then he gets like stabbed by Gamora or something. No, Gamora, Nebula or some shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Nebula, who's like a fucking she's basically fucking cyborg in this movie.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I dug that. That was nice. Also really liked Groot's like whole suite of stuff. He can become a big kaiju.
Yeah.
He can hide weapons underneath his roots and stuff. Like, it's pretty fucking cool. So you get that, and then they're like, oh shit, Rocket's in trouble. I thought it was really kind of genius of the med pack thing, where it's like, so you could have these big fights where characters take a shit ton of damage, but they'll just be healed up. So it's like the stakes aren't that high, but then you get to them trying to fix Rocket and they can't do that. I thought that was a pretty good use of that tool.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Nebula gets fucked in this movie.
Yeah.
She gets like beaten up and And I think I'm pretty sure Mad just keeps getting her arm broken, right? People keep like breaking her arms. That's what happens, right?
Once or twice.
Yeah, like
But
twice.
I know she kept falling on her head.
Mad
When they did fall, like to hit. And
Yeah.
I thought, is that supposed to be funny? I guess it's funny, but that's kind of like, breaking her neck.
I don't remember that being funny, but sure.
Yeah, I was like, is this a bit? But okay.
I don't know, because I just sort of noticed her arm getting broken a lot. But yeah,
Didn't that happen only once or twice?
I think I had a couple times. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's not in a lot of the action, right?
Yes.
So, like,
In my mind, it was twice.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, because I know Nebula's a fucking cyborg. She could take that shit. Isn't the match just like a normal alien? Yeah.
Just a meaty flesh being.
Yes. Then they're like, oh shit, okay, we have to go to find out the pass key or whatever. That's kind of like the thing is you have to find the pass key so they could operate a rocket, right?
Yes.
So then they first go to this funky planet, but first they get Gamora to help them out, and she's like with the Ravagers. It was a little bit. I was a little bit, I guess, I don't know, disappointed by how they brought back the. I don't know if you guys remember from Guardians 2, but they had that like the original Guardians, like Sylvester Stallone's character and stuff. They're the original Guardians from the comics. And they appeared in the post-credit scene. They kind of didn't do anything in this movie. They were kind of just like Ravagers, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what the plan is for them, but they're there. In all honesty, they could have honestly been cut. I don't really.
They wanted,
but they were already introduced. It's another circumstance of like Adam Walker's. Like they introduced him in the last movies, they have to do something with it.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Ooh. I've actually found that to be more disappointing than Adam Warlock, probably in my regards. But yeah, they go to that funny planet that's like completely like flesh coated. That was gross and lovely. Then you get like a high sequence where they go inside. They do some funny things. You can see Nathan Fillion. He's wearing funny suits.
The flesh suit.
James Gunn's wife has a cameo. Who you know from Peacemaker. Yeah. I thought Drax was gonna die. Get shot, but he was fine. That's it. Oh, I forgot to mention. Well, obviously, I would have mentioned it in the non-spoiler section, but yeah, I love how nobody dies. Like typically in like a
technically, Rocket did die.
Fuck off! He died for like 2 seconds.
Exactly.
In a super emotional scene.
Exactly.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I like how nobody died, but it didn't feel like it was like a cop out. I thought it was like well earned.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, but there was still so much tension throughout the movie. Like you still felt like someone could die, except I reckon for Peter Quill at the end. I think that was
we all had that
was too cheesy.
We all went into this film like expecting someone's gonna die.
I was expecting Drax to die because Batista's been like, I don't want to play Drax anymore. Yeah. I assumed Rocket wouldn't die because the trailers were too obvious.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, they do that heist thing, and then they go, whoopsie daisy, we at the wrong place. We gotta go get the thing from the dude in the funny red ship. This is a great synopsis of the movie. But the movie's also intercut with a lot of flashbacks to Rocket's past.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which are all, I think were all done really well.
Yeah.
And low-key, some of it was even like kind of horror-ish, right?
Yeah.
Also, for that stuff, I reckon kids probably don't go see this movie, right?
No way.
I
don't think it's appropriate.
Of funny animals.
There's also like actual gore in this movie at the end.
Yeah.
Someone gets their face ripped off, which is
like Two-Face,
nice.
but the one face.
Red Skull.
Yeah.
Oh, Red Skull.
Yeah, that was all really cool. Not cool, like emotional, sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. They go to the is it Half-World or something?
Counter-Earth?
Counter-Earth. What's Half-World?
Well,
Half-World, I think, is where Rocket's from in the comics.
Oh.
Anyway, because I've been playing the Guardians game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Counter-Earth. I thought that stuff was all really cool. It all looked good. So much prosthetics. This movie has broken the record for the most prosthetics used in a movie. So shout out.
It's like that the dating show with furries.
It is like that Sexy Beats. Season 2 came out. When are we going to watch it?
We should watch it.
We should watch it.
Oh, that's all you guys.
I loved all that stuff on that planet. It was all visually nice to look at. Very quirky. I loved the F-bomb used.
In the car.
Yeah, get in the fucking car, Gamora. Do you remember that?
No, I don't actually remember that.
That is the F-bomb.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Pretty cool. But yeah, I liked that. That was really funny. Good use of that. Yeah, Guardians shenanigans. Adam Warlock catches up to them. Oh, there's the other thing though. I didn't like they had like this big mutated monster creatures that are kind of like henchmen to the thing.
Yeah.
That was the only CGI I thought that didn't hold up very well. And I thought there was a little bit unnecessary for them to, I guess, just have people to fight in that final battle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was a bit too much of just a visual effect. That was
because comparing to the prosthetics there.
Yeah, it was like quite a big distinct thing. But even like the CGI animals.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. There's no real animals in this. It's all CG. Because no harming animals. Good.
Because that is kind of a message of the movie as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so then they do that thing. They go onto the ship. You get this pretty cool sequence of Groot and Peter Quill fighting some people doing the pew-pews. And a Warlock shows up.
And
he killed my mother. Prepare to die.
Oh no, his mother doesn't die yet. His mother dies at the end of that sequence. Because the planet blows up.
You will kill my mother.
Yeah.
Prepare to die.
Because he's still just doing the mission, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, Adam Warlock vaporizes a dude in a scene before. That was pretty hardcore. Very funny. Yeah. I love the High Evolutionary. His motivation felt like motivation. Not super justified.
Yes,
it's not like,
like
justifiable motivation.
Yeah.
But like enough for me to be like, I can see how he doesn't think he's the villain.
Mad scientist motivation.
He's he's very cartoony. He's like very over the top and stuff. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. Lately in Marvel, we're seeing a lot of like relatable villains. Like they're just like me for real, but they're not just like me for real.
Yeah,
and this one, they're like, he has motivation as every villain. They should have motivation. They should have a reason why they're doing things, right? I feel like his motivation makes sense for who he is.
Yes.
Like, he basically thinks he's a god.
Mad scientist.
And the same, yeah. But then they kind of just go like, yeah, he's fucked and he's just a terrible person, and they make you hate him. And I'm like, that's to me perfectly executed. Like, he just becomes a villain, and it's just like, yeah, no sympathy. That's great. Yeah, and I think just great performance for that character as well. So it's like, yeah, did you dig that?
I dig him.
You dig him, yeah.
But like,
do you dig animal cruelty?
Not really.
Yeah,
Like, even his thing about making societies, like, what the fuck do you want to make fucking civilizations for? Like, just to be there, just to be like, yeah, I made that, cool. What's?
I think that is kind because he's just like a narcissist. He's just like, yeah,
I'm cool. I can make these societies, yo.
Once again, I think he just wants to be a god.
Yeah, but like, even if you're a god, can't you do better things?
No.
No, I'm just gonna fucking make these shitty societies.
But also, like, he never really commits to it. He blows them up and shit. So it's like he's always trying to create like the perfect beings and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, perfect being, cool.
It's not like it is not a motivation I think anyone of us can get behind. But like, I get why it makes sense for his character.
He wants perfection.
Yeah, so he ends up blowing up the planet.
Good dog.
Highest death count in an MCU
I was just gonna say,
yeah.
Because that's like
you meet all of these creatures, and they get fucking obliterated, including animals.
Does the snap count, or is it because they came back?
They came back. They're fine.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I guess it is it's cause if it's the equivalent population as the Earth, that is pretty big.
Pretty big.
In the 1950s?
No, they were
70s.
It's like
70s?
Peter Quill age.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, what, 3 billion, 4 billion. We're up to 6 billion now, so.
What? Aren't we like 7 billion?
No, we're going
I thought
up.
we were
cool.
on 7.
They might have been
uninformed.
5.
Anyhow, yes, that happens. What happens after that?
The red ship. There's still Drax.
Drax and Nebula
and
In the main,
Mantis. They're still in there.
and they find kids.
They find the kids, and Drax kind of becomes the daddy.
'Cause he
That's
was dead.
cute. And completes because he lost his daughter and his family and stuff. So, like, good arc for that. I like how the creatures from the previous movie returned, but they kind of become their pets. And they used them in combat. That was pretty cool. They managed to save Rocket because they got the passkey, which was good. Then they're all like, let's go fight on the ship, right?
Yeah.
And then they're doing the fighting. You get that beautiful one-shot take down the hallway, which I feel like is amazing.
Yeah.
Adam Warlock shows up and falls over. He does, yeah.
And Groot saves him after Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Wrecked Groot.
Which is such a Groot moment.
Yeah.
Groot does things like that. He's always so lovely.
Nice boy.
Yeah. Which honestly, now I think about that kind of is Groot's arc. He's just kind of coming back to being Groot in the first movie in a way.
But with upgrades.
Yeah.
New tricks.
Yeah. Then Adam Warlock basically joins the Guardians from that point on. Rocket confronts High Evolutionary, uses them gravity boots, kicks his ass, and you get a great sequence. Just the Guardians come in and they all just like beat him up. It truly reminds me of the time in which Brian and Roman curb stomp a random dude in Too Fast, Too Furious.
What a emotional moment.
Yeah. Then you get the face peeled off, but that was delightful. Yeah.
They saved the animals.
And then you get a sequence that I didn't really like, which is like Quill goes back for the
iPod.
Yeah, for the Zune, right?
Yeah.
Which the way I viewed it was like, oh, is this all a reference to the first movie where he goes back for his cassette?
Yeah.
Then everyone's like, what a fucking idiot. But he doesn't use his visor in this movie at all, which is like, I'm fine with that, I guess.
He's
going for... I guess it's meant to be like he's more reconnected with his humanity sort of thing.
Yeah, right.
But in that scenario, it was a little bit dumb because he comes out. Yeah. The only reason I assume he doesn't get obliterated is because he's a Celestial. That's why he maybe lasted for a little bit longer out in space. Because man was bloating, but he doesn't die. So like
he just built different, you know.
Well, I mean, he literally is. Got Celestial DNA.
That was.
I assume.
That was way too dumb for me to take it seriously, so I was just confused.
Yeah, I was a little bit.
Yeah, I thought it was plot convenience, I guess.
And I initially thought that Gamora was going to save him, and they were going to do it like what happened in the first movie, where when he saves Gamora from the ice. But no, I saw Gamora on the thing. It was weird because everyone's just like, "Oh no, Peter!" And Peter's just like there, and then Adam Warlock comes and saves him. You're like, "Okay, they're just giving him something to do."
What's it? Touch
The
Adam
touch
and touching God
of
thing.
God.
That was funny.
That part felt a bit like, because the movie does do a play around with the idea that maybe someone's going to die.
Yeah,
I felt like that one was too obviously not going to be true, and if he were to die, it would have genuinely ruined the end of the movie.
exactly.
So it's like, yeah, a little bit of a silly moment in my opinion. Also, Cosmo holds the ship together. So I forgot to say the Cosmo storyline is Kraglin calls Cosmo a bad dog, and then that's the entire subplot.
Well, that's because Kraglin sucks at Arrow.
Yeah.
So he needs to be bullied before he can get good.
Yeah. We got Yondu cameo. That's the other thing. Yondu comes back to
As
He
a
needs to
flashback thing.
believe in
as a
himself.
force.
Yeah.
Force
Force
Ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta believe in the force, kid.
Yeah. Cosmo smashes a bad guy together.
Yep.
And then Cosmo's a good dog. Yeah, holds the ship together. They kind of do a Noah's Ark thing, I think, with like all of the ship, all of the animals coming on. That was cool. Bunch of the kids. And that's kind of wraps up stuff, right? And then you get to the very end where they're like, "Oh, Guardians, we're breaking up."
The band's breaking up, guys. Someone fell over somewhere in this building. Maybe. You heard that thump?
Yeah, maybe it was Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Adam Warlock fell over. And I thought that was a good ending with them all going their separate ways. It was pretty, that made me sad as well. Yeah. So like, damn. And then I remembered, hey, this franchise has been around for 9 years, which is quite a long time.
It's almost a decade.
Yeah.
2 people fell over just now.
Yeah.
Dum, dum.
Damn.
I just remembered something about Starla's character. They fix him because he's like dumb in Infinity War.
Yeah.
But now he's like, this movie shows why he's the leader because he's smart. He does like,
he's clever.
He actually strategizes and like he's a lot smarter than he was in Infinity War. Like they really did him dirty in that one. Now that I think about it a lot more. And James Gunn also came out and said, why they do that? But yeah.
Because Peter.
Yeah.
Peter.
Yep, Guardians go their separate ways. Is that kind of it for the movie? And then we'll talk about post credits.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you guys want to talk about?
I think that was it.
Did you want to go more in depth into Adam Warlock?
I didn't actually say what I had to say on him, because like they specifically say that he was pulled out of the womb early.
Yeah.
So he's still a child, undeveloped, unlike the adult mind that he's supposed to have.
He reminded me a little bit of Vision in that way.
Oh yeah.
Because Vision's like I was born yesterday.
Who would win in a fight between Vision and Adam Warlock?
Vision's dead.
But
White Vision,
theoretically,
White Vision versus Gold Warlock. Vision can phase. That's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Because this movie, Adam Warlock, all he can do is fucking fly really fast and then do cosmic beams and shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh. I don't know.
I feel like Vision has the Mind Stone. Like I don't know what era Vision we're talking about, because Vision has like the Mind Stone.
Okay, peak Vision.
Peak Vision versus... It would be Vision, I reckon.
Yeah.
Vision could just like laser him. Because this dude can get stabbed and then he's down.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
But he started off in this film as having the mind of a child. And then that, to me, that sort of didn't really get resolved. He just sort of accepted that I can change. I can be better.
Yeah.
and then
No, you don't grow up in a
I'd
day,
say
mate.
like he was. I never felt like. I guess other than the very first scene where he's fighting the Guardians, right? He didn't seem like a bad guy. He was like kind towards animals and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that was also a way they wanted to contrast him with like the high evolutionary.
Yeah.
Like this guy's like bad, but this guy likes animals, so he's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I thought the little cute creature he had was cute.
Yeah.
It pissed itself once.
Huh?
Oh yeah. Piss your pants.
It didn't wear pants. Just pissed on the floor.
Piss the floor.
Damn, for real. Yeah, so do we want to talk post credits now?
Yeah.
The first one was the new Guardians
Mm.
doing animal abuse. It looks a bit weird.
They just
They're
killing
fighting a
them.
bunch of animals.
Because they gotta keep
protect the village folk.
in the shitty village.
Yeah.
Just let the village.
I feel like they
die.
should just put people there because it's just a little bit strange in the moral of the movie.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Just relocate the people.
Or make it like raiders, like in
Yeah, just like
in Tatooine.
or like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Create
They do another Thor.
build a wall. Honestly, do a Trump and build a wall.
Damn.
Surely.
I did like how they were talking about all of the different music songs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Rocket goes,
Top 10.
Come and Get Your Love. Yeah. And it was a
Oh,
different
that
version
one
of Come
was-
and Get Your Love, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extended album version.
So who's in the new Guardians team?
Me.
Me.
Not me.
Why not?
I wasn't allowed.
Why not?
I'm leading the Avengers.
Why?
'Cause I'm cool.
Why?
You see these guns?
James and Sean.
Yeah, true that. You got Rocket leading it. You got
Yep.
Groot. We've got was Kraglin there?
Yes.
Kraglin's there. Cosmo,
Adam.
and we have
The one of the lost children.
yeah. So she's actually a very important character because they're probably not going to go the same direction with this in the MCU, but she's related to Marvel,
Ah.
who was in Captain Marvel, like the older lady, I think, right, or something.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, she's like something to do with that. I can't remember her name is something Vel, but yeah, she's a character from the comics.
Mm.
Yeah, so a lot of people already go, this is like the most powerful team we have in the MCU.
Mm.
I don't know how true that'll be, but you got some stuff there.
Yeah.
The second post-credit scene was Star-Lord returning home. Oh, that's kind of like the other thing I was like was a little bit strange. There's a scene in the movie in which they kind of like argue about random shit, then like what's the name? Matt just kind of randomly goes, "You should go home to see your parents."
Yes.
Mm.
Because he keeps being sad. So it's like, hey, just
just fuck off back
Yeah,
to
fuck
Earth.
off.
Right?
yeah.
But yeah, it just kind of that I thought was a little bit of awkward dialogue in that part. I was like a bit like, okay, I'll go with it, but it just came a little bit out of
He
nowhere.
needs to swim in the pond.
Swim in the pond.
Yeah. But that is kind of Mantis's personality, or how she presents,
Yeah.
how she is presented.
I guess so. But yeah, it's Star-Lord returning to his family, and we're like, damn family moments.
Mm.
Damn, Grandpa.
I
is
thought that
still
when they were talking
here.
about like let's say like the grandma's son or something,
Who's the grandma's son?
or like the grandpa's wife or whatever.
Who's the grandpa's wife?
They were saying
grandma.
something about there was like a dude sitting on the porch not doing work, or that was what the whole post-credit scene was.
Yeah.
They were complaining about why I think the grandma's son isn't doing any of the housework or some shit.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to reveal that it's like a celebrity. I wasn't really sure they were going with it, and that post-credit scene in general didn't really work for me. I was like, what are they getting at? And it didn't go anywhere except for the fact that Star-Lord will return.
Mm. I don't remember that scene well enough to be like, oh.
Yeah.
It's for the cereal.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's a reference to Cheerios.
Product placement.
Right. But yeah, Star-Lord will return.
In what?
What?
In Star-Lord the movie.
Yeah. On that topic, we're gonna do a little bit of speculation. Who do you think's like? Do you reckon Star-Lord will return?
Well,
They said
they've
he
said
would.
it.
Because Chris Pratt came out and said probably not, unless someone, because he's worked with James Gunn, unless they have a really good script for him. However, I feel like if they offer him a lot of money, he'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
I reckon Rocket and Groot will probably return.
Yeah.
And like the Guardians, that team.
Yeah.
What about? I reckon Drax won't return because Batista doesn't want to.
I'm
But he's
thinking
supposed
like
to be parenting, yeah.
yeah. You
So
said about
he would be in nowhere, maybe.
Would he ever return?
But would
to
he
the
ever
role,
return
maybe?
to the role? Because I don't think
No.
Batista
Yeah.
said he didn't want to when we watched Knock at the Cabin.
We just see a
Very
reference
sad.
to the Drax, the nursery. Drax now owns a nursery.
Yeah.
The girl you said being related to Marvel, tying into the
Yeah.
Marvels, maybe.
I don't think she'll be in the Marvels
No.
because just filming and stuff wouldn't have. Because Marvels is coming out, so it's like no, it's too. Yeah. I reckon she'll be back. Maybe like they're doing some funky Young Avengers thing probably.
Yep.
We got Thor's daughter super powerful as well, right?
Yep.
Thor.
Do you think Nebula will return?
Why not?
Nebula and Gamora. I don't know. Maybe.
Do you reckon Gamora will return?
I don't
So,
know
like,
anything.
I think Zoe Saldana said she's done with Gamora. But I don't know. You know, she's been in the top 3 highest grossing movies of all time.
What's number 2?
Avatar, Endgame, and Avatar 2.
True. Yeah.
It's crazy that
Yeah.
Avatar 2 is top 3. It's like actually mad.
Avatar Black.
Yeah, Avatar
Money.
do be like money. What about who's the other one? Mantis. I feel like she could probably return.
In her own adventure.
Yeah, I reckon she might get her own spin-off thing because she's doing her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Verdicts then?
Yeah, alright. Verdicts, yo. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Quite a good one here. I really like it. Give it a 8 out of 10.
He's learning your speech talking like a French person. I thought you were talking at the start of it.
What?
I thought you were going for French at the start of that.
Oui, I very like the movie.
Yes. Well, I think so. I
Just
think I'm
a
gonna go
French
bit higher.
accent.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go a bit higher. 9.
9. I reckon I'll even it out to an 8.5. I think this is a fantastic movie. One of the best Marvel movies. Probably the best since No Way Home, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's a couple of narrative funnies, a little bit, some stuff that might seem not good, but mostly a good movie. So, fitting conclusion. All right.
Very good.
I believe that does conclude this episode.
It
It does.
If you guys want to reach out to us, 3unholythings@gmail.com, unholy.pod on Instagram and TikTok, as well as you can check us out on YouTube
Yes.
and Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. See you guys.
See
Oh,
ya.
a little teaser for next week, perhaps. Vroom, vroom, drift.
The middle X.
Don't get
Middle
confused
X.
with Zoom Zoom.
Yeah. No,
Product
we only
placement.
drive. What cars do they drive?
What? In
What
the
car-
movie?
Yeah, what car
They
does Vin
drive-
Diesel has a
1992 Toyota Corolla.
don't think he does, but like he has that iconic
It's a Dodge.
Dodge, yeah.
just a black car.
Yeah.
With a funny thing on the hood.
Yeah.
To make like
Little
sucking
clown car.
noises. Cause it's an intake thingy. It sucks air.
Yeah. Anyway, Fast X next week.
Yes.
Bye.
See ya in the next one.